Trip Kramer here from tripadvice.com. If you want to know one of the best ways to look out for red flags, especially in a woman that you've been dating for even a couple of months, you got to look out for the things that she says to you. Women will say it all. In fact, I've been through this many times and I've learned my lessons because I have not listened to the things that they said. So in all the examples you're going to hear, either I've heard this or I have friends or clients who have heard this, and they all point to some sort of red flag that should go up as soon as you hear it, so you know that this woman might not be someone you want to either date or continue dating. Number one, I don't really talk to my parents. So if she says anything along the lines of she doesn't talk to her parents, she doesn't like her parents, she doesn't have a close relationship with her parents, this is probably a red flag. Here's the reality. As much as I want to give every single woman a shot at every single man and vice versa, the reality is not everyone is cut out to be with one another. So if I heard a woman say that she didn't have a good relationship with her parents, especially her dad, that means that she doesn't really respect men or might have something going on psychologically, because when we have issues, we have traumas that we've had since childhood and they're not resolved, they can come out in the relationship. So that means that any sort of trauma that she might have had with her dad, with a male figure in her life, it might come out in the relationship with you and cause drama and cause problems. And that would just be really a disaster for you, because you don't want to be in a relationship with someone where there's a lot of fighting, a lot of drama, and just a lot of nonsense that's not going to push you guys forward. A relationship is supposed to build you up and be something that's positive in your life and not a lot of negativity. And again, it's been shown that women that don't have resolved psychological issues can cause a lot of problems in relationships. Number two, sort of related. If she says something like, my boyfriend and I used to fight a lot. Now, this is, I would say, more yellow flaggy, but I still want to put it out here because there's something that could be here. If she was fighting a lot in her past relationship, or she says that, and boy, have I heard this before, yeah, of course, maybe the guy was drama, maybe he was a problem in the relationship, maybe it was all him, but I don't know. I feel like when there's a lot of fighting, there might be something going on with her. Was she starting a lot of issues? Was she starting a lot of fights? Now, you're not going to know the truth, right? Of course, she's probably going to blame it all on him, and you're not going to know for sure. But this is why it raises a little bit of that red flag. I demote it to yellow a little bit, only because of the fact that maybe she was with a very super toxic guy. But if there was a lot of fighting, I'm really curious who was starting all of this. If she says, I just got out of a relationship, if you're dating a woman that just got out of a relationship, be prepared for drama. You should not be dating anyone that just got out of a long relationship. Now, if she was dating someone for a couple weeks or a month, whatever, that's fine. A lot of us are dating people for these short periods of time these days because it's so easy to meet people these days, especially for women. But if she just got out of a long relationship, I'm talking like 9 months to a year plus, guaranteed there is unresolved issues going on. Think about this. If you've been in a relationship, do you think you were ready for a relationship a month after, 2 months after? You shouldn't be dating anyone that just got out of a relationship anywhere in the past 6 months if it was a long relationship. If things were unresolved, you never know what can happen. Maybe she goes back with her guy. Maybe she ends up just ending it with you because you were a rebound. Who knows? We don't want that drama. We don't need that. So we're going to say bye-bye to any woman who just got out of a long-term relationship. Real quick, I should mention here before I give you the next two things that a woman says, is that it might be tough for some guys out there to be meeting the right women. The thing is that a lot of men don't have the opportunities to meet a lot of women. We're not women. We don't have a lot of choice. So I want to help you get to the point where you have a lot of choice, so that when you come across a woman who might have a red flag, you don't have to wait another month to go on a date. That's obviously very frustrating. So if you're looking to have a dating life that's flourishing, that looks like you have multiple dates per week, you're meeting lots of women that you're really interested in, that you find attractive, that you find quality, just give yourself the opportunity to find that woman, then I would highly, highly encourage you to check out the coaching program that I have called the Trip Advice Accelerator Coaching Program, which accelerates your ability to meet more women on the apps and in person. Check that out at coachedbytrip.com, and you can learn more about that, and you can work with someone here on the team to help you get to the next level. Number 4, red flag. If she says anything along the lines of, I take medication, I'm on medication, and that medication is something for antidepressants or bipolar or BPD, so any kind of medication that's solving a psychological issue, this is definitely a red flag. You want to make sure, and this is kind of hard to do, to be honest, unless the woman is making sure she's doing her due diligence for you on the date, but you want to make sure that she has resolved issues. If she's a woman who's on medication and maybe she's not in therapy yet, she's just on medication, or she just started therapy, she's some woman who just has unresolved psychological issues, depression, anxiety, anything like that, this is a red flag. You want to make sure, and again, this is really on her, so if she's not doing this, I'd be done with her. It's on her to let you know that the medication she's on, the therapy that she's in, the issues, the trauma, whatever she's had, anything going on, is fully to mostly resolved and she has it handled in her life. If you're not getting any of that from her, then you should be moving on. You should not be with a woman because this will cause drama in the relationship. You don't want to be surrounding yourself by someone who has major psychological issues. The whole point of a relationship is to make you grow, not so you can just be with a woman to just have sex with them. I know this sounds like pretty harsh advice, like, wow, that's really intense, Trip. Like, a lot of girls might have that. And that's fine. I'm not saying you shouldn't give them a chance, but if they're not showing you that they have things resolved, they shouldn't be in relationships. And if I was a woman who was trying to make sure that I had a guy stick around, I would be so smart about the way that I describe my issues, tell him what's going on, and make sure that he knows that I have things solved. So that's on her, not on you. And if you hear that, that's a red flag. Next one, last but certainly not least. If she ever says anything like, yeah, I'm a jealous person, I get super jealous, I've been jealous in my past relationships, key word here, jealous. If you hear that word, red flag. That 100% means that she will be jealous in your relationship, that she'll be jealous of you and your coworkers, of you and your friends, or friends that are women, or siblings, who knows? People that you spend time with that's not her. If she says she's jealous and she brings that jealousy into your relationship, it's more drama. As you can see here, there's a little theme, right? All these red flags are about her causing potential problems in the relationship with you. And there's a famous saying, history tends to repeat itself. So there's a very high chance that anything she's done in the past, or any drama she has in the past, or any unresolved psychological issues she has, are going to come up in the relationship with you. And you do not have to be with a woman who has any of these red flags. But if you want to find the right woman who doesn't have these red flags and have enough volume in your life, make sure to apply for coaching at coachedbytrip.com. Let me know if you've seen any of these red flags before. Comment down below. Let me know. I want to hear from you. Hit the like button if this helped, and I'll see you on the next video.